Okay, for those using Windows operating system, we need to set up, or you should set up your development environment to start developing Django Django apps. Okay, so the first thing for you to do is to download Python, because Django was built using Python. On the web browser, you type, when you're in, let's say for example, you go to google.com. All right, type here download Python for Windows. Okay, you click this link in order for you to go there and choose the latest Python file to your computer. I already have Python installed in my computer, so I do not need to install it anymore. So make sure to choose this, because this is the latest Python module for you to download. That's Python 3.11.3. all right, for me. As you can see there, this shows that pip has been installed in my computer. Next is virtual environment for the Django project has to be created. What is the use of virtual environment? Virtual environment is important because it separates the project files from different files found in the computer, which means it will make sure that your project files does not clash out with different projects in your computer. It differentiates each and every project located in your computer. The files belonging to your project will belong just to your project and will not interfere with other projects. So the next, to create a virtual environment, you type virtualenv, the name of your virtual env. For example, I might say my env 1. So I have put the name of the virtual environment of my virtual environment as my env1. You can name it as anything you like. You press enter. Okay. So as you can see, the virtual environment has been created. Let me check my directories to make sure that it has been created. dir. You see, the virtual environment has been created. This is it here. It has been created here. My env1. Let me move. The next is you move inside your virtual environment. cd my env1. I'm inside my virtual environment. Okay, the next is we need to activate the virtual environment for a project. We run scripts, activate. You see the virtual environment has been activated successfully. You see here, it shows that the virtual environment has been activated. The next thing, we need to create a project file. In order for us to create the project file, I think the next we have to install Django. So you run the command pip install Django. This will install Django into this virtual environment. Now installing Django. As you can see, the the virtual environment has been successfully been installed. Next is let me create my project folder. So it will be Django admin create or no, start project, start project, the name of the project. Let's give it example. Then if we check the directory dir, the project folder has been created, example. The next is you need to move inside the project, example. Okay, next we create the app. We need to create apps because Django is made up of apps. You can create as many apps you like. You might create the app, you might create an app handling users information. You might create an app handling algorithms. You might create an app handling uploading of users photo. You can create as many apps as possible. Django project is made up of apps. So let's create our first app. Django admin start app. The name of the app, we name it home. Okay. To run automatically, when you create a Django project, it comes with a pre-built SQL. No, sorry, it comes with a pre-built database. Let's check the database that has been created for our project. CD example. I'm moving inside the example folder again. Automatically, we should be able to see the database. That's the SQL3 database. All right, it's not yet, it will be created automatically when we run migration. So I'm going out of this folder, CD double points. It takes me back out of the folder to the original folder I was from. Okay, so let me run migration. Python manage.py. Let's first of all run saver. Run saver. The saver is running. You see, you have 18 unapplied migrations. Your project might not work properly until you apply the migrations for apps admin of content type session. This has to be created. Let's check if our Django project has been set up correctly. Go to your, just copy this link here, copy this thing, copy this one, go to your browser and type that and run. The installed worked successfully. Congratulations. The next thing you should do is to run migration. Python manage.py migrate. All right. Okay. In the next tutorial, you shall see that I will show you on how to set up that's Windows subsystem for Linux, which is what I'm using. And I'm a fan of Linux, and I'm also a fan of Windows. So having these two operating systems on one computer makes my development easier and makes things possible for me. You know, there are a lot of libraries where you want to install, when you're using just Windows, you want to install Windows, you need a lot of third-party libraries in order to get that library work. Okay, but when you're using Linux, it becomes easier for you to configure a lot of libraries to work on your project. Okay, thank you, and you should get to the next tutorial where you will learn on how to set up Windows subsystem for Linux, and that is what I will be using throughout this tutorial. If you're using just Windows, there is no problem. You can move along, since I have already taught you on how to set up Django on a Windows operating system. What you will see, just slight changes, which you can always Google to find out what could be wrong if in case you encounter an error.